No, man. I don't want to talk about what it's made of. I'm eating this.
You sure? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Hey,
what's
I bet you're f***ing sick of the sight of me, aren't you? 3 WTF moments in a row. You must be. You can't be serious, Jeff. But yes, it's me, it's that KNG, and here we are for the WTF moments from WWE SmackDown Live. And we start off with the general managers again, who of course promised us that this new era of the new era would be all about the superstars rather than themselves. After Stephanie and Mick proved that to be the case by only appearing in the opening segment of WWE Raw, Shane and Daniel proved they're a pair of f***ing liars by appearing numerous times throughout the show. Even the last segment when there was a shock winner, I won't give away the ending just yet, even though you probably already know. They took that away from that man as well by celebrating in the ring with them and playing Daniel Bryan's music and all that sort of thing. New era, same old shit is what I'm getting at here. Nothing's changed. Damn, WWE back at it again with a strong trolling game. We all saw that preview for WWE SmackDown, didn't we? The one that closed with the massive fist coming at you in the screen like that. Surely that meant one thing, didn't it? Surely that meant the iconic stage fist thing was making a heroic return. We all want it. We all love that fist. We all love a good fisting, don't we? But no, WWE swerved us all and just provided some shitty generic stage. No fist, it was just the wasn't it? It's just not what we wanted at all. Shane McMahon called it the WWE Championship. The graphics on screen called Dean Ambrose the WWE Champion, but Daniel Bryan, like Stephanie McMahon did on Raw this week, called the WWE Championship the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This is even though we all know that the belt's name was changed a few weeks ago. Now it seems that it's a bit up in the air. It just seems that half the management think it's called one thing and the other half another. Nobody knows whether they're coming or going. If they don't know, what f***ing chance do us mere mortals have, eh? None's the answer. None. Just decide, will you, man? Come on. Get in there! F***ing come on! It's the first John o'clock of the new WWE SmackDown Live, and it was that moment, that glorious f***ing moment where JBL opened his mouth for the first time and said, a tag team former champion. Can you believe it? He was meant to say a former tag team champion to David Otunga, but it came out wrong. What a twat. I can't f***ing believe it, lads. It's rapid fire John o'clock on the first ever WWE SmackDown Live. And get this right, John called Kalisto Sin Cara, even though Sin Cara was nowhere to be seen. He wasn't even on WWE SmackDown, presumably, and I don't know this, I'm just speculating, because he got suspended for twatting Simon Gotch right in the eye, beating his ass and all that sort of stuff. But how did John fuck that up, eh? I'll tell you why, because he and he blocked me on Twitter. I'm not bitter about that, though. I'm not bitter about that at all. Bloody hell, lads, I can't believe it. It's rapid fire John o'clock at the start of this WWE SmackDown Live. There was no stopping the guy. He was f***ing having an absolute nightmare. Oh my God, call me Betty and f*** me diagonally since you f***ed his other traditional directions yesterday. Good Lord. This time John said, and that's why Apollo Crews was a top draft pick. Even though he wasn't a top draft pick, he was one of them shitty lower down ones on the WWE Network after last week's SmackDown Live. John just lied to you there. Don't trust him. Don't trust him as far as you can throw him. Because he's a big man, he's like a big bear. You won't be able to throw him very far. Which means you shouldn't trust him at all. You know what I mean? You get as you dig. You're on the, yeah, you know. And speaking of Apollo Crews, that moment where he said that he wouldn't be celebrating until he'd won that main event, Seconds, literal seconds, after doing a massive backflip on the floor. What the f*** do you call that then, Apollo? That looked like a celebration to me. Tosser. This isn't just new era, same old shit. This is the new era of the new era, same old shit. It worked in my mind. It didn't do quite so well out my mouth now, did it? But anyway, Becky Lynch versus Natalya again, a few days removed from their battleground showdown. No doubt if Raw and SmackDown both had the same exclusive rosters like they used to do a week and a bit ago, we would have seen that rematch on Raw, and then that rematch of the rematch on SmackDown. But now that the rosters are exclusive, it looks like we're just going to have to just see the rematch of the rematch next week. Now it's changed. The sign that read makes SmackDown taped again. Imagine being that much of a troll that you take that to only the second ever live SmackDown. Oh, what a that man was, eh? Oh, I can't say can I? Alright. That's alright. Just do that. Imagine being that sort of man who liked all the spoilers, just the altered crowd noises, the general nothingness, 17 years worth of general nothingness on WWE SmackDown. Well, apart from the Ruthless Aggression era, but you know, the rest of it was just shit. It's brilliant on its live. Even though it was much worse than Raw. Much worse, a lot worse, so much worse. The sign that read JBL Mrs. Maggle Cole. Oh, those days, I wish I was back in those days where they were sat next to each other. Me, no, they were horrible together. F that, no, f that, Mauro's better. Lads, you're gonna have to call us Betty once again and f us the other diagonal direction because John's back. He's back again. He says that Becky Lynch, after her victory over Natalya on last night's episode, is the first ever female winner on a SmackDown Live. As Stone Cold used to say, John, you are f***ing wrong. Where were you watching last week when Sasha Banks lost a handicap match against Dana Brooke and Charlotte, eh? Where were you watching there? Charlotte and Dana Brooke are the first ever winners, female winners, on a SmackDown Live. I know you weren't there, John, I can empathise with that, but you should have been watching because, you know, you work for that brand, you f***ing slacking. Oh, that awkward moment when Eva Marie has the best entrance in the women's division. Disagree? F***ing fight me and I'll bite your f***ing nose off. It was brilliant. It's exactly what they should have done. They know how much is hated, so they bigged her up so delusionally. It was just, what an entrance. Fantastic. Don't argue. So SmackDown started doing those little, you know, face-to-camera promos again like they used to do back in the day. They were a nice touch, but during Baron Corbin's, he said that unlike his main event opponents in John Cena, AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, Bray Wyatt, and Apollo Crews, I forgot him there, that he wasn't fighting this match for his mom and dad. Mom being American for mom, a mum. Neither are they. Where the f*** do you get that idea from? No one, none of them even said anything like that, ever. Never, Baron. Bloody hell. Baron, you liar. Never, aye. Move on. Now then, much like Corey O'Clock, I do not want this to become a regular thing because the man I'm going to talk about is very much talented. He's the best we've had since Jim Ross, I tell you, he's really good. But it's Mauro O'Clock, motherfuckers, and it was that moment, that horrible, painful moment when he said that this, on last night's SmackDown Live, was the first time we'd seen Randy Orton in 9 months since he was put on the shelf with that shoulder injury. Even though he made a big return at Battleground 48 hours prior to SmackDown happening. Not only that, but JBL put him right live on air. John O'Clock, the man himself, he put another man right. There's just no way back from that for Mauro. I don't know how he's going to do it. Imagine making a mistake on commentary and JBL correcting you. I'd just jump off a cliff. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Right, I'm getting a bit bored of this now, am I? I'm f***ing loving this. We're back with the rapid fire John O'Clock. I can't believe it. How many's there been? 30, 40? I don't know. I've lost count. But Randy Orton made it very clear to The Miz that any match the pair would have on last night's WWE SmackDown Live would not be for the Intercontinental Championship. It'd be a non-title match. Maurice, on behalf of Miz, agreed to that. And as they were signing off to go to a commercial break, JBL just shouted, Intercontinental Championship, Maggle. Maggle. He just shouted that for absolutely no reason. Even though Randy made it very much clear that it just wouldn't be a championship match, but John just didn't listen to that, did he? You're just making it far too easy for me these days. You get off to this, don't you, John? I think you do, don't you? I don't enjoy doing this. I really don't. Even though you block me on Twitter, something I'm not really bothered about. You enjoy setting these up for me so I can just fucking smack them out the park, don't you, eh? You sick bastard. Rhino came back, WTF. Shelton Benjamin's coming back, WTF. There's nothing more to say there, so I won't. Just as there were SmackDown ads during WWE Raw this week, there was Raw adverts during WWE SmackDown Live this week, and Vince McMahon told us all that the brands would be going head-to-head, competing with each other on TV ratings, merch, live event, ticket sales, and all that malarkey. But no, they're helping each other out by giving each other free advertising during each other's show. Shane and Daniel should have took that free advertising from Raw and just forgot about it. Just don't mention Raw at all during SmackDown. How hard can it be? Of course, Vince McMahon just lied to us all by saying they were going head-to-head competition-wise. They're all batting for the same team, aren't they? So why did Vince have to waste his breath and lie to us all there? Arsehole, Vince, you're an arsehole. You're a lying, skeeving, conniving bastard, aren't you? Eh? Oh, dear. You know how Kevin Dunn stopped muting those Roman Reigns booers, right? You do, don't you? So it looks like all that expended energy that's not getting used up by his busy fingers is now just building up inside of him, just blurting out his mouth without control. Did you hear him shouting replay, replay, replay in the closing moments of SmackDown this week? This is the second time this has happened in 2 weeks, because of course if you watched that network pre-show draft thing on the network last week, you'll have heard him telling Renee and her pals off for saying some things. Stuff like that. Kevin, just shut up. Shut up, man. I'll speak quieter. I'll just press the button. That means you can't be heard by the rest of the world, because we all heard you. So Dolph Ziggler is the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, or is it WWE World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam against Dean Ambrose. WTF moment. Yes, Dolph Ziggler, a man who's been pretty much irrelevant for the past 2 years, pinned one of the New Era's poster boys in AJ Styles. So much for that new era, because someone from the old era just pinned him there, clean in the middle of the ring. With a super kick as well. A super kick that hasn't won a match since, I think, Shawn Michaels retired. It's just another transitional move now these days anyway. Why have they picked Dolph Ziggler though? He's been a pre-show stopper. You get that right back, ref. He's been one of those for forever. He lost a pre-show rivalry to bloody Baron Corbin, for God's sake. Talk about striking the fire when it's cold. Yeah. Talk about striking the iron when it's anything but hot. Ziggler's coming in colder than... Stephanie McMahon sold the heartless cow. But, you know, I respect Dolph's in-ring ability. He should have been given more of a push than he has during his career. This might finally be the time. Just make him relevant again. Just, you know, strap them f***ing rocket boosters to him and let him fly. And we end with some WhatCulture signs. There they are. Thank you very much. Keep them coming. But no John O'Clock signs for 2 shows in a row now, after getting 2 in 2 consecutive shows last week. You're f***ing slacking, aren't you? Get him back in there. You know it's good. You know it's the best for the business and all that malarkey. Anyway, that's it for the WTF Moments from WWE SmackDown Live. Oh, we've got 1 more to go this week, and then you've got like 5 full days without us. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, Tuesday, 5 days. You've got fucking 4 days without us. I'll be back next Tuesday for WWE Raw, right? Goodbye.